Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Salutations to the men of the hope and sincere elect. This is Makazar from the Trinidad camp. Just want to do a little edification for the elect's sake. Alright, and this video will be entitled, The Lord Will Justify His Prophets. Alright, because we go out week after week and we prophesy about the downfall of Esau, the so-called white man and his kingdom. We prophesy about the eye for the chip, which is the mark of the beast. Alright, we prophesy about martial law, but yet the people don't believe. Alright, but the day is coming where the Lord will justify us for all that we go out and speak in his name. Alright, as the scripture said, and when it happened, it shall surely come, then they shall know that a prophet had been among them. Alright, this is Amos chapter 3 verse 7. It says, surely Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. Alright, as the scripture said, the wise man's eyes are in his head. So the Lord gave us the insight of what shall shortly come. Alright, but 2/3 of our people he blinded from the things that come in, so they don't believe. Alright, so they go speak and they say all sorts of things about us. They basically, we like madmen to them. Like when you see a madman on the street corner, he talking to himself, he's saying all kind of, eccentric things, well, somewhat eccentric things. Alright, and people laugh, they mock at him, they scorn him, and we just the same way, we on the street corners just like the madman, and to them we speak in eccentric things. Alright, we speaking outlandish things that they like, they look at us like really, we look at us like madmen. Alright, but in the days coming, the Lord will justify us. By what? By the prophecies fulfilling. And we see the prophecies fulfilling. Alright, but when it really hits, then they're gonna know, hey, they're gonna say, put me one of these priest garments, as the scripture said in Amos 8 and 11. They're gonna seek near and far for the word of the Lord, because in that day, that is when they're gonna see clearly the things that the prophets, the men of great millstone, been speaking of, which these mysteries the Lord had what? He had revealed unto us. Alright, this is First Peter chapter 2 verse 12. It says, having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, that they may by your good works, which is our good works. The scripture talk about the foolishness of preaching. That is our good work. The scripture said it's our reasonable service to present our body as a living sacrifice, going out on the forefront week after week and testifying of Yahweh Shai. Alright, we just testifying of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. Alright, that they might by your good works, which they shall behold, because they see in us, that I shall see thy teachers, glorify Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai in the day of visitation. So you're gonna glorify the Lord in the day of visitation, because why? Because we held firm, because we didn't relent. Alright, we didn't relent. We didn't turn back from being the Lord's preachers. We continued week after week, alright, day after day, to go out and teach and to give warning of him and wake up the elect. Alright, so the ones that are gonna be saved, the 1/3, they're gonna glorify Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in the day of visitation. Alright, because guess what? Some of them believe slightly. They might believe in some of the things that we say, but they're so enveloped in this world's doctrine that they have basically they have no other choice than to just go with what they already know. Alright, they can't let go of what they've been taught in the world. But some they would pass, they would listen, they would hear what we say, and they might agree with some of the things. Alright, but it's only when it happened, then they might be, some of them might fully be converted in that time. Who knows? Alright, but because we stood firm until the end, alright, they're gonna actually believe more on the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in the day of visitation. Alright, it says First Peter chapter 4 verse 13. It says, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Mashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So we're gonna be glad. Why? Because we've been delivered out of this hellhole, out of captivity, alright, out of this flesh. Alright, we're gonna be delivered. It's not that we, it's like, how to say, like we made a bet, so it's like we're not sure what will happen, So it's like, it could either be this way, or it could either be that way, and then, we have our fingers crossed, hoping that in that time, that we don't be put to shame. Now it's not our way. We are sure and fully persuaded that Yahweh is the name of the Most High, Yahweh Shai is his son's name, Israel is his people, and he coming to deliver us. We are sure about these things and fully persuaded. All right? And these things are going to happen. So we're just waiting for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. This is what we're waiting on. All right? And we're going to be rejoicing when the Lord comes to deliver us. It says, but if you be reproached for the name of the Mashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. He's glorified on our part because why? We went out there and testified his name unto the end. All right, we testified his name so that when all the destruction come and the salvation come, people could say, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai did this. These men spoke of these things. The Hebrew Israelites were speaking of those things. All right? They can't say Jesus did this, or Allah did this, or Shiva Ganesh, or Jah, or Selassie did this. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai did this because the men that stood firm for his name and his son's name spoke of these things. We spoke of those things. All right? And that is what the scripture said, by our good works they're going to rejoice. This is Isaiah chapter 26 verse 11. It says, Lord, thy hand is lifted up and they will not see. The Lord hand lifting up right now. The Lord working right now. He working his work. And 2/3 of Israel and the rest of the world, they don't see. But they shall see. They shall see in that time when it's fully manifested. And they shall be ashamed for the envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thy enemy shall devour them. So they're going to be ashamed. All right? Because why? Because they spoke on us as evildoers. They spoke evil against us. They didn't believe the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which we held. All right? So they're going to be ashamed in that day. When they realize that the hour of the trip is a mark of the beast, that the police preparing for martial law, that the whole government preparing for martial law, all right, to invade your houses and take you out of your houses, separate your families into concentration camps. All right? These things are in the scriptures. All right? The overflowing scourge. The scriptures talk about the nuclear warfare that's coming. The collapse of the economy. All these are in the scriptures. And the men of the Lord preparing themselves for these things that come in. All right? For the day of the Lord. And this is what we're preaching about. So in that day, they're going to see. And in that day, the prophets or the men of the Lord are going to be justified because people can't say, well, you see, you were false prophet all along. No, we're not false prophets. You're going to see in that day that we're not false prophets. So the Lord going to justify us in that day. All right? Bet your bottom dollar in that day, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai going to justify his elect. It's not a if, it's not a but, nor maybe. He will. 1 Corinthians 15:1. Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel which I preach unto you, which also ye have received, and wherein ye stand, but by which also ye are saved. So we're going to be saved by the belief in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. If ye keep in memory that which I preach unto you, unless you have believed in vain. So we can't believe in vain. We can't believe in vain. All right? So once we hold fast to this, as the scripture said, though it tarry, it will surely come. All right? It gonna come. So don't make no haste. Don't lose faith. All right? Because it gonna come. Let's hold fast to this. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will justify us in soon time. All right? Brothers, just hold strong. This is John chapter 16 verse 20. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament. And we lamenting right now. But the world shall rejoice, which we seeing. And ye shall be sorrowful. But your soul shall be turned into joy in the day of Yahweh Shai. And onward. A woman, when she is in travail, hath sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembereth no more the anguish. As the scripture said in Revelation 2:10, the Lord gonna try the whole world. All right, be faithful unto death. For your joy, for joy that a man is born into the world. It says, And ye know therefore, and ye know therefore have sorrow. So we have sorrow right now because Yahweh shine now with us. All right, we're not in the kingdom. We're still in this wicked kingdom. But I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and your joy no man take it from you. All right. So the things that we're talking about, the joy that we're speaking about to come, the scriptures talk about everlasting joy. I think that's Isaiah chapter 35 and 10. The scriptures talk about everlasting joy. That joy that we prophesying about and testifying about in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai to come. We're gonna be justified by entering into it. Entering into the kingdom, being taken up. Isaiah 26 and 10, I believe it's 20. Isaiah 26 and 20 said, enter into thy chambers. We're gonna be justified in that day. Alright? So just hold fast. Because the world, they're gonna languish in that day. And they're gonna lament. Right? Because they didn't believe in the words of the Lord which we spoke in his name. And it's in his son's name. Alright? So just hold fast. And that day, we might go on work and they might say, I see these madmen, you one of them madmen on the corners, speaking. Guess what? Don't worry about what they had to say. Yahweh Shai went through it, and the servant is not above his master. We have to go through that also. So just hold fast. Time coming, we're gonna be justified. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. I'm gonna give double honors to the apostles of great mercy, not rule well. Salutations to the men of the whole plan, saying, say elect. These markers are saying Shalom.